Behind the scenes, take one. Oh, sorry. Behind the scenes, take one. Okay. Okay, so the mascara's off. As you can see, it's actually a lot easier to get off than I anticipated. My eyebrows might look a little darker, but as I was taking it off, I was thinking, oh well, that's why it's called mascara, because it's not makeup. It's just black stuff, innit? It's like just a mixture of like That's I don't know if they probably would have used grease, like machine grease, in the olden days, but it's like an old thing, for all kinds of stuff, I imagine. Crime, uh, being evasive, um, maybe theatre, but no, mainly crime, I reckon. And even Groucho Marx should shoe polish, moustache. I reckon that's all to do with eye black and stuff. And yeah, they say they use it in sport to get rid of the sun glazes, whatever. I think it's just to throw people off. Because it breaks up the face, But yeah, that's not machine grease. I don't have a secret hole that I go down here. Which would be great. It's just charcoal and Vaseline that I mix together. Yeah, but that's my makeup tutorial. I was thinking maybe I should do like a funny little makeup tutorial. But yeah, so maybe we'll. Yeah, you're joining me. Just to. I thought I'd just do something to relax, and I thought I'd talk to you guys instead. Which is nice, isn't it? I'm a good way through these videos now. Hopefully they're all right. I don't really know how they're going to be received at all at this point, because part of me is like, maybe there's a market for it and stuff. Maybe it's quite interesting. Maybe they're quite influential ideas. Maybe they're all wrong and I look crazy. Maybe they don't get anywhere, and I don't get anywhere. Oh, my face has gone really weird. But who knows? Who knows? That's something for me to look out for. But I'm not too phased about making a lot of headway. I just wanted to do it for myself, really. And I've got a lot of stuff in the works for plans, for videos and that. And these first ones, I know they do seem a bit crazy, but I thought I'd ease you into the craziness, because it might get more crazy, honestly. But yeah. This is nice. My mind's gone blank, but it's not the worst thing. I'm just waiting for my boiler to run, so I'm gonna jump in the bath. But yeah, I'm thinking whether or not I should do live streaming, because obviously these have got they're kind of long. They kind of almost got like a podcasty sort of element to them. And I think I could take to live streaming quite well. But I don't know if I want to just release stuff like weekly and stuff, and that I might prefer to just do videos, because I don't know, streaming's still very game culture, isn't it? I don't know, I'd prefer to do just videos. Maybe I might do a radio station, because I feel like a lot of something that is missing for a lot of this music maybe, and I cut into music. So if I could do a radio, I might stream a little radio show because I do like a lot of music. A lot of which I just get off the radio, honestly. A good part of that I get off the radio. Other parts just old stuff people put on to me. And I try to look at new releases a lot. Well, not a lot, but whenever I can. So yeah, I'd like to do a radio show. That sort of always was my big dreams to do a radio. Or like retire into radio. That'd be the plan. And I've always wanted to sort of like mix records as well. But I've never really had the time or like capacity or money or place to do it. But now I sort of do, and hopefully I'll sort that out and learn how to mix records and stuff, which would be nice. And the sort of stuff I'd like to mix, I don't think you'd ever really hear, honestly. Which is nice. I've got my own sort of taste, which is great. And I don't know, I'd like to know that some people do the mixes, and there might be some oddballs in other parts of the world that like the things I like. It's potential. It's really good music still. But yeah, it should be nice. And the way I'm going to mix it as well, hopefully, will be quite nice. And there's probably people mixing all of the different things that I want to mix. But whether they'll mix them all together, probably not. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, that's something to hope for, isn't it? One day. And I'd also quite like to do films, short films. So, hopefully this just garners the right attention. Is that how I said? And people reach out because I've been trying to network with other creators and stuff. Not a lot. I don't really think a lot of them not worth my time, but they're not doing the nature. Because the internet, it's the whole thing, isn't it? It's a new style, isn't it? So there's a lot of different people doing a lot of things, but there are some people that I think are really great, and I enjoy their stuff. Some people that I think could go really far, and some people that probably don't have any recognition that I'd like to see more of. But they're on their own journeys and stuff, so and everyone's obviously quite busy or whatever, and also trying to just enjoy their life as a star or whatever, I guess, or not, or tied down with other stuff and responsibility, scheduling and all that sort of thing. But yeah, I'd like to be a producer, honestly. And I'd like to produce some really good stuff for people. So you might be looking at stuff and like, this guy could never be a producer. Not with this sort of like finish. And maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I could. Maybe you're like, actually, I could see this guy with a cigar. Yeah, he got that sort of producery feel to it. Maybe. I'm keen to know. But yeah. I don't just want to talk about what's come up on the show and which is all nice enough. Because I want to just talk about, I don't know, I suppose myself maybe. Talk a bit more about myself. Maybe. Well, I don't know what else to talk about. I could talk about random stuff all day. But, I'll save that for future ideas. But to talk of future ideas, I think at this point I'm maybe like the 25th video through. And I just filmed one, but my phone was like jammed full of the audio clips. So it didn't save, which is a bit of a shame because it was quite a good run actually. But I've backed all that stuff up and I've got a clean slate. I'm doing it again. But I thought, this is a good time, good point to take a break. And I've been doing them over the last just days here and there. And for a long time, not for a long time, but well, I've been writing this stuff. That's what I'm saying. I'm 25 videos in. I don't know how many minutes of footage it is. They're probably about 20 minutes long ish. Some of them shorter, some of them long. And they might be too long for the nature. And over time, I'm probably going to work out what's a good palatable length of video for the nature of the video. Because honestly, I don't know. I feel like because YouTube, when YouTube first started, they were like 3-minute videos, weren't they? Which was weird because they packed a lot in 3 minutes. And then now we moved to the 10-minute bracket, and everything with people trying to get the 10-minute videos, which was quite new, wasn't it? Because I don't think you could even have 10-minute long videos or something, could you? But now, I don't know, with like live streams and all that sort of thing, I'd like to see the pacing change better. I think there's a lot of podcasts. People like podcasts and stuff. People like the interview stuff. Um, I'm quite interested in the idea of having like a different pace and different length to the videos, because I could refine them and I could do quite bursty sort of 3-minute videos. I probably could do that. Not too bad, but I want these things to be like one take, and I don't know. They're not majorly geared towards being funny at the moment. They might be like kind of like what a tit sort of thing, but yeah, it's not like I'm writing jokes for them. But I do actually write jokes, and some of them not bad. And I tend to forget them, and I only say them once as well, which is, I don't know why I do that, but I don't like repeating myself like ever. So that's why I was a bit miffed when that last video didn't save, because I knew I'd have to do it all over again, and I wouldn't want to repeat myself because I don't like it. I don't like repeating anything. I don't like repeating popular culture. I just like to be like spontaneous, I guess. But if you ever hear a joke from me and you think it's funny, just know that like you're the only person. I mean, that'd be kind of nice, me and you, Taryn, or whatever. But just think, you're the only person that's ever going to hear that joke. And this is the thing which really gets me down, man. I'll chat to girls online or whatever, trying to do the old dating thing. Just laughing at, and I enjoy it. And I send them a load of thing. I send them like just a load of mental shit. My profile's never very good, never really bad, honestly. But the stuff I say, the jokes I send, I think are quite funny, and they never get a good reception. They don't. A lot of the time, I don't get a response, but I do get some responses. Some really nice people, which is good. And I don't really tend to send them jokes. Maybe they're saying something about my jokes, but some of them I'm like, damn, that's like best joke I've written in ages. She doesn't care. Yeah. But yeah, all this rubbish is actually several years in the making, which I don't know what that says, but some of the stuff has taken me a long time to think of, not work out because I still don't know if it's real, but a long time to come up with, and the whole brand and the name and stuff and all of it. It's taken me years to get to this point, and I've had 2 different brands that I was going to run and do before this, and I had some material for it, probably wasn't very good. And then I rebranded, and then I made a bunch of stuff for that, and that was like really quite bad, and just a bit mental. But it could have got some attraction for being mental, but it wasn't. I mean, it was kind of crazy, and it was supposed to be this whole like jester character, this like fool character, and this sort of like um, that sort of nature. And I had quite a lot of stuff, and I'm probably gonna um, lift a lot of it and try and do it for this, honestly. But it was um, less structured, maybe less cohesive, and probably would have looked like a mental breakdown on film, which might have, as I say, it might have got some attention. And then people would have like maybe even made conspiracy videos and they pick out all of the things because this stuff like there is a lot of jokes that I could write with it, but I kind of want to just sort of explain my thinking because I find it interesting enough, and maybe is sort of ruining it, but they're not jokes, per se. Just because I could turn a lot of this stuff into jokes, which wouldn't make sense to anyone unless you'd have to be like particularly mental to understand the jokes. But this is what sort of gets me about some of this stuff. Is I work out things and I'm like, how can this not be a thing? And then I look it up and it sort of is a thing. And I'm like, is there like just some big secret of all this like secret material? And like, why would people be keeping it secret? Um, because I don't find that fair, honestly. I don't know. It might be like, oh well, you got to work it out to sort of understand it, or like that's the nature of the game or something. But I don't think that's right, honestly. And I'd much prefer to discuss it because I think we could take things further with open discussion than mysticism. So yeah, that's why they are sort of a bit blunt, but I don't know, some of them are a bit, I don't know which ones are sort of tongue-in-cheek. They're not really tongue-in-cheek, they're just, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe they're not, like, too whimsical. Don't know. But yeah, it took me a while to come up with this rubbish. Which, might actually be, like, overloading, honestly. If you're going to receive, like, a couple of years of derangement in over the course of a few weeks, probably quite a lot to take in. And there's a lot more stuff. Some stuff I'm looking at and I'm thinking, like, it's not so much conspiracy because it's true, but it's quite not dangerous knowledge, but it's just quite not like troublesome, I guess, and sad even, and potentially classified information. So I don't know if I'll run that. But that's enough about the videos. Yeah. Radio, the brand, Squibsy, Squibs. So I hope people like the name. Because it's just supposed to be about comic strips, and short writing, satirical writing, and like inky methods, inky, like splattered hands and, that sort of thing. Like little drawings in the margins and, but and it will be, to be honest, it will be. And maybe I'll even learn to do animation. And because I'd quite like to do more drawing. I don't do enough. Sometimes I pick it up again, but yeah, as I say, I don't practice it enough. And whenever I see people who do drawing, they're like, "Oh yeah, do drawings of me. I do drawings of me, and then send them to me." And I go, "Oh yeah, great. I need someone to practice for." And then you've got an interesting face or whatever. Start firing over the pictures. And I go, "What the hell? You're some sort of freak stalker." I'm like, "What the hell? You asked me to draw you pictures." So I don't do that, which is a shame. But you're welcome to draw me, people of the internet, and I'd like to see your drawings and any artwork you do. And maybe I'll be really, really hard on you. You know, 'cause maybe that's what you want. Hey, would you like that? I don't know. Maybe could be overly critical as a joke, as some people are. I won't be. I probably won't be. I'll pick out. I don't know. Who am I to speak? Who am I to speak honestly about what's good and not? Well, you know, not saying that things aren't good and not. I don't like people when they say, "Oh yeah, you know, it's all a matter of opinion." Not everything's a matter of opinion. Some things, you know, are classified, but other. Not saying you can't appreciate everything. You know, you can't appreciate some sort of scribbling or something, and you know, going reverting back to some sort of I personally like to see the mistakes in the artwork, and I like to see people's journeys as well because I kind of feel like if you cross over all the points of their mistakes, and you actually subtract the subject matter, whatever it is, you see their soul a little bit. Do you know what I mean? They're like nature comes out a little bit in their mistakes, which I think is quite interesting. So yeah, I do like to see people's journey. And more so, I like to see people follow their journey than learn out of a book. Do things that way because you become like studious of a certain school of art, which is nice. But you know how I feel about sort of the natural sort of flow, and I do. Well, I want to say I don't know what to say, but I'll say flow. But I do believe in like fashion, and I do believe in artistic movements, and I do believe that people have similar thoughts over different areas of the world, or even different time periods, whatever. Even if they're recurring, it's still nice to see that idea grow in different places. Then just be like, oh, I'm just going to draw like fantasy. I'm going to draw anime. It's all right, but it's pretty amazing. A lot of that anime. And I used to really like anime, I still do, but I feel like I did get a bit blown out in popular culture a little bit, which isn't bad because it's good stuff. But to me, it's just Japanese cartoons. But to a lot of people, it's its own thing, and they sort of that novelty sort of blinds them from the fact that they're not saying that they don't really appreciate the stories, but it's still just cartoons. But cartoons are the best, and I'd like to see more English and American cartoons and stuff because we sort of have the idea that cartoons are only for children, don't we? I mean, there's a few animation things, but I want to see it like in like popular culture. Like, I want like several cartoon channels running all the time, 24/7. Please, thanks. That's what I want. And I don't know, maybe like really old cartoons. I don't know if they were. I think they would get everyone maybe because they'd be like cinema stuff, wouldn't it? You go to the cinema and see it. And I don't know. I feel like a lot of it was angled towards just like adults and stuff as well, young people and that. but it also had something for everyone, I guess. Yeah, I'd like to see that as well a bit more. But you know, cartoons, they often leave good stuff in for adults. So yeah, I'll write some cartoons at some point. I've got some cartoon characters, you know, and I need to develop my style a bit more maybe. Because that's also another thing, how brilliant cartoons are and how they, you know, like I was saying about the soul coming out in art forms, but how cartoons actually grow from like the haste and the artist's style. You know, I like that. That's always great to see. Yes, so yeah. Yeah, cartoons isn't something I had planned for, but I guess it's perfectly fitting as well. And I know a lot of good YouTubers have come from doing animation because what's his name? Critical Charlie. I think his name's Charlie. He's alright, ain't he? I feel like he's well, I'm not saying he's slid off a bit recently. I don't think so. He's a pretty good YouTuber, and he did animation before, didn't he? And there was a whole sort of like weird, like bold black line, white figurine people. I don't really know what they're called, but that was going for quite a while and potentially still is. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of them. I haven't really watched them enough, but they're not really my cup of tea. I don't know, they're probably quite good. I just haven't looked into them enough. For a long time, I've been watching YouTube for a long, long time. I stopped for a good number of years, but at one point I decided I wanted to do it as a career. I wanted to just do it. I think it's because I was trying to write for a TV company, and they said they wanted a portfolio, and you had to put it on Vimeo or YouTube. And then I started writing these shorts for YouTube, I think. And then I just got more and more into it, and I was like, I'm gonna actually put a load of stuff on YouTube just for the hell of it because it's a great platform, broadcasting platform. And then I'll focus on trying to get gigs at the TV station. And then more and more, I started looking into TV, YouTube, and yeah, I was just trying to watch as much as possible and like analyze stuff and wasting a lot of time, loads of time, just smoking weed, just smoking weed and watching YouTube, and just mushing my brain, honestly. But yeah, and thinking as well. It's a great thing to like radio. I love receiving media because it does get your brain going, and I can watch just irrelevant things, and it probably wasn't very good for my brain. But I could watch anything and start pulling inspiration. I feel like it just gets sort of that rhythm, that sort of like just giving you some sort of information for your brain to think about, and you don't even need to think about it, and you start thinking about random things which are totally unrelated, but something will just trigger something, and you know, then you've got something to keep up with. You know, it's like playing along to some music or something. You know, you've got someone to play along to, even if it's not even the same genre. It's good to have a sort of metronomic sort of pace, I guess. So yeah, YouTube I'd say is a good creative tool, and there's loads of good stuff. And I've really liked watching how it's changed, all the different movements, and so. And I do think it's sort of as well. It's still quite niche, not underground, but cause it's still massive. But you know, the YouTube community is still, it's not like a cult thing, but it sort of is in ways. I like that. I mean, everybody watches YouTube, but you know, there are sort of people, groups of people, and everyone seems to know each other, which is really nice. So if people are watching this, hello, I guess. maybe, you know, I could peter out like a lot of small YouTubers, which is fine. But yeah, man. But before I was doing like analyzing stuff and writing material and thinking of ways I could produce people and stuff. So if you are a small YouTuber, feel free to message me. I'll put another email in for business inquiries and stuff, and you know we can write some stuff together. And I'm happy to. I'm all about giving stuff to people, so don't worry. It's not going to be. I mean, there are things that you can do to sort of, you know, sort of keep your cards to your chest, so to speak. And I keep talking about cards, which is good and something you probably should think about. But when I'm making stuff for other people, you know, I'm not really looking for anything out at all. And I just honestly, I do and just enjoy making it. And I mean, yeah, you might be like so brash and be like, well, this is my job, but you know, I've got my own things to do, I guess. And producing, yes, it could make a lot of people a lot of money, and you know, if people start to see it, but I don't know, I feel like respect pays for itself. And if I'm valuable, if I can make money, do you know what I mean? Then you know, I'm sort of calling the shots, I guess, in ways. And I feel like that's the mentality to have, rather than, oh, you've got to pay me to do something that might not even work. Do you know what I mean? And I think like that's the sign of a good production company or whatever. They say I've got to get an agent and all sort of thing. I'd like an agent just to, I don't know. I don't actually know why I'd want an agent, but I feel like an agent would know. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, it's not so bad. We've got you an advert. I'm not doing it. Well, I'll probably do an advert. Yeah, I'll probably do adverts. Probably. I was in an advert once, and I'm not gonna lie, I was on drugs at the time. Legal drugs, you know, that you can uh, pre pre pre-ban drugs when you could still do drugs on the telly. Okay, those kind of drugs. Good for you. Prescribed, obviously. And yeah, I was doing a lot of I was doing a lot of prescription. I wasn't doing a lot of prescription drugs. They weren't prescription. They weren't prescription drugs. Okay, they didn't. I wasn't. I was hypothetically. I was on a lot of hypothetical drugs at the time. Not a lot, but just often. And yeah, I was doing this advert, and I came. It's just supposed to be like a regular person, and I turned up in regular person clothes, which to me was like dressing up like as good as possible. I think it's probably still look awful, but I don't know. I don't know if they ever used it. Honestly, it was one of them like Samaritans adverts. You know, like oh the homeless person. I think this one was for suicide. I was just supposed to be a train passenger person waiting for a train, and then there's a tannoy comes on, and it's like someone's committed suicide or something, which isn't very nice at all. Um, and yeah, I don't know if they ever used it honestly. I don't know if I think it was about suicide maybe, but could you imagine like one of those homeless videos? Yeah, or there's I shouldn't laugh. It's not remotely funny. And honestly, people, you should care for the homeless because there's a lot of value in people, and you know it's not right that anyone should live on the street. And if they should, you know, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It should be a lot better. You know, it's not. It's dangerous to live on the street, and it's awful. But you know, you see the pictures around Christmas time, the people like on a park bench looking like they're crying. Could you just imagine it? Me like little lipstick face, hair slicked back, and like like smart clothes or something. Like, do you know what I mean? Oh, like some Vogue photo shoot, but with like an empty coffee cup. Oh dear me. Yeah, because that's what it sort of looked like. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a video on adverts. Talking of adverts, talking of homelessness, because originally I was like, no, I'm not gonna monetize this stuff because it's I want it to be free domain. I was gonna do a separate thing for money, um, and then I was gonna have this lot as the free stuff because I love free stuff. I love free stuff. I'm all about free stuff. I love free stuff. My whole voice has changed. I mean, this is like a guy that's free stuff, man. No, but I love free stuff. I love Google. I love like open source stuff. I like freebies, and you know, I like just free stuff. Free stuff's the greatest thing. So I wanted this to just be sort of like that whole mentality of just like completely free. And then as I was saying, I was going to make another one to do like a not like a capitalist mentality, but just sort of like a money to monetize sort of thing. So this wasn't going to have any sponsors, and I was going to just promote products that I endorse myself, or products that I make myself. You know, which you know we still make money, but as we said in the other thing, there could still be non-profit productions. But I think now that I am going to still run ads on this, if I can get ads, you know, which I think I can. And hopefully I don't swear too much, and hopefully I don't do anything stupid, say anything stupid or smoke or anything like that. Which I didn't want to do because I wanted to have a TV quality anyway. You know, you don't smoke on the telly anymore, and that's sort of like a thing. So, um, no, you don't smoke on telly. Some people, I think you smoke on Irish telly still. Well, I don't know. You just can't light it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But you don't see smoke on telly anymore, and I like that. And I like that about a lot of things. I like that about like the radio. There is like a soberness to it, which is really nice. Because especially if you are an addict, and I have trouble with this myself, not being an addict, but not talking about drink or drugs at all in any social space, be it online or in real life, because people have major issues with drugs. And I don't know, a lot of people I've known have had problems with drugs and stuff, and you know, it's not good. It's not good. So it's nice to have that sort of sobering release for when you want to listen to the radio or watch television. It's great, and I love it as well because it's just really refreshing in itself. And to sober people, they might not really get that, but a lot of music and stuff is still quite about drugs, and there will still be songs on the radio which will still be a sort of about drinking or drugs or whatever. But I don't know. There is a sort of attitude, I guess, and a feeling to some radio stations. Some of them might be a bit more like smoky and a bit like, hey, you're listening to like secret underground radio station. I mean, to be fair, the radio station I listen to has got Iggy Pop on it. And that's exactly how he sounds like. And other drug addicts. A lot of DJs, funny enough, are drug addicts, ex-drug addicts, and stuff like that. So maybe they can appreciate the air of it, to the airiness. I know they say it's on air, but like to me, it just feels like there is this airiness to it, which I think is great. But I don't know. I'm not saying there's no room for smoking on the radio, but you know, something like that, something like that. So I wanted my channel, despite the fact it's quite yellow and looks like you know a tarred pub or something, a tar-stained pub, and a box of matches as well from like the 60s or something. Which was sort of the first sort of style I was going for. Was this sort of heritage, um, like yellow and black box, like thing. Quite English. But we're going to move into other things. It's just, pardon me. But also there's this sort of gas thing going on, like natural gas, which is obviously the same again. You've got the heritage colours. And I don't know in America if you have like the orchid, yellow orchid pipelines and stuff, or what colours you use. Maybe they're more bolder colours in America. But yeah, there's definitely particular colours, and I wanted to have that sort of English style in the beginning. But yeah, despite the fact that it does look a bit like an old pub or something, I wanted it to be still soberish, maybe late night feel. Wanted it. This is like this is like 50 years on when they do like a revisit, isn't it? And they interview famous people, and they're like, "Oh yeah," they cut it all with old clips on there. I've only done like for 25 videos. But yeah, I wanted it to be that sort of style, and it's only when I met Stegman that really things really took off into a whole new outlook. And he's prevalent in his game. His mastery really comes through in its own, as you could tell. Yeah, something like that. Psst, what the hell are we talking about? What are we talking about? Soberness? Yeah, soberness. Sure. I forgot honestly. Soberness, radio, airiness, airy nature. But yeah, hopefully this just comes out good. I'm always happy to shift up the style, but I want it to have a quality, you see. And that's why I've used this sort of yellow filter, and that's why I've kept the scan lines in, because it's got this sort of TV quality to it. And I don't know, I wanted to go for that. And in the future, I want to looking to use other cameras and stuff, because obviously how I love filming that, there's a lot of different films with like really different, like actual physical film and film cameras and stuff. And the way they're producing and stuff, it has a different quality to say like digital YouTube media, internet media. So yeah, I just wanted to do loads of different things with different lighting, and try and maybe make it a bit more sci-fi. Now, if that takes off, that's great. How people start doing that, you're more than welcome to. Because I am not in the position anymore where I sort of get upset if people copy me. I would have in the past, especially if they like bastardize it or something. But not really anymore. It is what it is, and you appreciate the idea potentially, and don't copy me perfectly. You can do, fuck it, I don't care. That'd be hilarious. Pretty. I mean, I'm giving it away for free, and so I got 2 views. One of them was a carbon copy. I mean, I probably would sue you. Yeah, I probably would, especially if you start to monetize it, and you have a completely different moral perspective than me. I would get quite annoyed. Yeah, but if you're having fun and you seem like a nice person, I'll go. Maybe. But yeah, that's what I do for a lot of things. Some people in my life and experiences, they have tried to sort of upset me with their skill. And sometimes, right, I think it stems from they do so well, and obviously I won't be trained in whatever it is they do. Let's say they're an ice sculptor. So they're sculpting this ice, and I don't know if that's a metaphor for stuff, but I hope it isn't. Let's just say he's an ice sculptor. And he does this incredible ice sculpture, and it's just blowing my mind. I'm like, how does he do those tricks, man? Yeah, he's not skateboarding or anything. I'm like, that's just whoa, all that technique, the finesse. And he's thinking, this is just basic ice sculpting. And I'm like, look at these tools, he's bringing out tools, and there's a chainsaw involved. You know, and I'm just getting really into it, and I'm just sitting there with my legs crossed, not smoking because it's television, but this is a memory. And my legs are crossed, and I'm just being a pansy because that's what I like to do. Because I find it funny. Anyway, I'm sitting there being a pansy, and he's doing his ice sculpting, and I'm admiring his cock and his finesse and all this sort of thing. And I just get so overwhelmed that a tear comes to my eye. They're just tears of pride, and I'm like, I've been saving these. I've been saving these for too long. You don't even understand. And he looks over and he sees me. I'm just dabbing him away with my little tissue. And um, and he's like, "Wow, this guy's jealous of my skill and prowess." Because obviously I'm a trainee ice sculptor. Because I'm trying to, be a good friend. I'm trying to have an interest in his interests. And, I've always admired ice. And I'm like, yeah, I could get behind ice, sell it to some Eskimos or something. And he's like, yeah, he's crying or something. Or he's all emotional. He's all jealous and sad because he's never going to be able to be a better gamer than me. And that's not the case. It's just I'm actually really happy for him. So, if you're one of those people that you take joy in trying to upset people out of your skill or make people jealous, not only are you a complete dickhead, yeah, and sorry to break it to you, but you're whatever it is you're doing is probably not actually important. And I know it's important to the other person. I know that's why you're trying to find importance out of it, but you know, it's not going to work on me. No, it's not going to work on me. And well, it could do. I've still got emotions. You can still upset me, no doubt. You can still upset me, especially if you're taken from me. But if you're just doing well for yourself, you know, I'm not involved. I mean, unless you've involved me and you betray me, in what case I'm gonna be extremely fucking annoyed, honestly, and I'm gonna just fucking blow my brains out or something. I'm not gonna do that. But don't betray people. You because a lot of people don't want that. Funny enough, and don't try and tease people either. Because in fact you could be extremely skilled, and you can make them cry tears of joy. Of jealousy or something, which is just the same. And they can't fault you then, can they? If you're just doing really well, and they're getting, oh, we're so bloody handsome. You know, it's a good thing. So do that instead. Little buggery, bumhole, bastard, bastard, bastard. So anyway, I probably should bleep a lot of that. Honestly. So if you're coming back now and you're saying, why why did you just bleep a load of stuff? Well, let's not go into it. Yeah. Maybe you just these snippets. That's what just happened. Who knows? So I don't know if you enjoyed this sit down with me. This sort of behind the scenes sort of thing. We're gonna go on for another few minutes. But yeah, maybe you've enjoyed it. I will. I might do live stuff. Probably will do live stuff. A couple live videos here and there. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. So you look forward to that. And that'd be good. Oh, you're all tucked out. Gross. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So what do I look like at this point? Honestly, I look a bit like a vampire, don't I? Bloodlust. The bloody cryptic occult theories. The strange cross that them people with the swords wore. What were they about? I think that was I think that was a Catholic revival, actually, wasn't it? Catholic Reformation. I think that was, funny enough. So yeah, maybe I've got that blood in me. maybe, or maybe, I don't, and it's just a spooky occurrence. Who will be next to own the moustache? Hey? Oh God. Yes. Dear, oh dear. But hey. Man, I wish I had a question right now. Take a question from the audience. Gosh, that's way too question. Imaginary things. That's a good question, right? Yeah, imaginary things. They're a delight, and I've actually got quite a lot of them. And you may be thinking, what sort of imaginary things have you got? Well, you keep thinking about them, and you might come up with some of your own or something. But yeah, I've got loads of imaginary stuff actually. I can't remember quite how they work, honestly. That's not a joke, because there's jokes in them, and they'll come back to me. But loads of good stuff to imaginary, yeah. A lot of money in imaginary stuff too. And I feel like imagination is sort of squandered by adults, maybe a little bit. But think about it, all ideas are imagined. I know, maybe. Um, yes, imagination. Don't know. Can't even think right now. I can't wait for this bath. But I think I've got an alright imagination, I think. Pretty too good actually. Worryingly good. Or like dysfunctionally imaginative, maybe. Gross. I don't say that's like dangerous, isn't it? Bring out the imaginary weapons. Oh, that's what I was saying. I knew I'd just think of something. Yeah, there's a lot of money in imaginative stuff. Because, you can create a whole, pardon me, worlds. Can't you? If you wanted to. And in the world, they could have loads and loads of things. You can sell those things in real money. But, but yeah, that's it. Oh, sorry. Don't know why I am, but I don't know. I feel kind of good actually. I feel a bit dull. Dull. Yeah, dull. That's what I'm. A bit dull right now. I can be quite sharp as well, but as I said, I'll ease you into it, and I'll give you a chance to slag me off, and I can go, what? Come on, mate. And then maybe I'll just give up. I'm like, fine, and or I'll block you or something, or I'll send you a message with a little teaser doing a striptease or something. Yeah, or maybe I'll just blow your socks off or something. And you go, oh man, I regret saying that actually. But it's always good to be a bit unsuspecting, and it's also good as well, I think, before I go on to the money thing, it's also good, I feel, to not be too pressured. I mean, unless you're doing a high performance sport, which isn't, not everything's a high performance sport, I feel like it is important to not burn yourself out, and also to enjoy yourself and not be too over the top, because I want to give room for other people to breathe, honestly. And hey, if I was just amazing, really get you down, wouldn't it? So I can't be too good, could I? So I'm gonna add I'll make it a sort of a bit rough around the edges, which gives me room to breathe, because I'm quite rough around the edges. I can finish things. I don't remember when I've ever finished anything. No, I can finish things to a finish, and that finish is, it's got a quality and a sheen. But yeah, back to money, I guess. Sorry if I just missed something up there and you're like, oh, it's like a hole in my brain. But, money. So I actually have set out in life to make. I don't like money, for starters. I don't actually like money. So this guy's gold mine. He does work for free. He doesn't want any money, and he wants to make lots of money. Give him a little message. Well, yeah, that's sort of true. Because I don't like money, and the things I like in life are earned, and they're physical, and they're metaphorical, which is bizarre. And I also just don't like money because rich people have money, and I wouldn't feel happy about having money unless everyone was sorted. Do you know what I mean? So, that's sort of what I want to focus on, is actually just sorting things out. And surprisingly, they don't really need money, because money is just a measure of, honestly, money is a measure of success, really. It's just used just a measure, and your money as well doesn't measure things very accurately. Let's just say that for two things, and you can do the best quality job and have the best quality things. Money will never change hands, honestly. And realistically, the they're prototypes and that sort of things which get made out of passion and love, and sometimes they're money pits, but other times they're done, just out of pure know-how, I guess. But I do want to make a lot of money for people now, because how much money can you even want? But yeah, obviously money is good to save up, because you need to save up things, and obviously houses and stuff, you can't build them in a day or whatever. They're expensive, stuff like that. But that's another story for another time. I'll pass this one, actually. But I should have taken a note. There was 2 points. Damn, my empty help silver brain. No, come back to me. Come on, brain. We were saying money changing hands. Yeah. So you don't need to change hands with any money. No, you can do things without money. I know it sounds preposterous, and you're like, oh, good luck with that. Good luck for you. Yeah, sure. But yes, and the proof of that, anyway, to me, is I have lots of ideas, money making ideas which don't cost a penny. And if you can do that, then you'll game, my friend. Because that's what I would like to see more. And you're thinking, oh, well, what do I have to collect all the materials myself? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Because, as I was saying, some things are mental. Do you know what I mean? I mean, say you wrote a really good book, right? Hypothetically. You still need the paper in your pen and stuff, so that's a cost. Now, if you can secure those costs from nothing, if you can publish it for nothing, there's ways of doing things. And you're thinking, well, you haven't done any of these ways, so how can you be talking about it? But I know, but I won't be doing it unless those are the ways, because you can make money out of nothing. But the problem is, the real issue is get connected, honestly. Because some people will just turn you down, irrespective of your idea, because they don't want to see you succeed, honestly. Because business is business, and they want the business themselves. They want things to be their way. So you can have the best idea in the world, and people would shit on you. You want to give that idea for away, and people would still shit on you. So it doesn't matter how much money you can make. Because the funny thing is, people with money, they've all got money. How much more money do they actually need? Which don't make no sense, because they bloody want to make more money. I don't know. No, there's probably a lot of interested people, and if you are interested, I've actually got quite a lot of things which you would be interested in, which is interesting enough. Good stuff, and I will be making money. I will be focused on making money. Outside of a living potential, because honestly, I don't know. I like producing things for one. So there's a lot of riches to be made, actually, and they're not that pretty to look at, are they? Oh wow. Anyway, but no, I will be making money because there are things that I need to do and make and put into practice and give back to the community, because that's what I really want to see is healthy society. Really? I know this guy. Nah, it's good, man. That's what I want to do. Like, I don't know, like a car, for example. So you went to. Some people might want to go out and they might want to buy an expensive, beautiful, serene car. Do you know what I mean? I'd quite happily go out and find a deal, an absolute steal on a classic beater of some description, or it's just some old like banged up car, which is like dilapidated and sorry for itself, and like do it up and get into the car community and make connections and then race and then get sponsorships, get a bloody driving suit, grow a fat moustache. Do you know what I mean? That, to me, that's where it's at. And you can do that necessarily without, well, there'll still be money changing hats, but it could be very profitable if you're good at it. And if you enjoy it, it can be very profitable too. Not saying that cars aren't an absolute money hole, but it's still an absolute joy to pursue. Because I'm not saying things won't cost me time and money to do, but I think you can see what I'm saying. I hope you can see what I'm saying, and that's what my ethos anyway, my attitude. And I don't know, that idea of that car is nice, huh? And those things have a lot of spirit too. But there's a lot of money out there, people. A lot of riches and luxuries and things which a lot of people can afford. Like singing in the street. Singing in the street is a richness. It's not a richness, but it's a joy. You know? For example. But just the idea of arranging. Sorry, I keep scratching my hair. I think I've got products in my hair. So I need to have my bath. I need to have my bath. There's a product in my hair, hairspray in my hair. I'm getting a bit grubby. What's his name? Riches. Yeah, it's all about arrangements of everything. Everything's arrangements, isn't it? And you've got to find the right arrangements and keep arranging stuff to get the materials to do bigger arrangements, and you know, spirit people to do stuff with you. And usually that spiriting takes money. You know. But I love it. Yeah. Technically, if I'm not paying myself, I can pay them more. Because really, these things make money. Yeah. And that's if the arrangements work. You know, if it blows up in your face, that's a lot of wasted efforts. That's also a story for another time. But money, 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 money. But all it doesn't matter because I'm gonna put adverts on the videos. I'm actually gonna do videos. No, I'm not gonna do a video on adverts. I'm just gonna waffle on about. I'm gonna waffle on about adverts even more. So, despite being quite anti-capitalist, as I don't know if you can just tell, but I've always had a soft spot for. Well, this is an hour long. I've always had a soft spot, a massive soft spot for adverts because they're amazing. And for a long time, I wanted to do adverts. I wanted to do advertising. I wanted to do advertising and do adverts. Oh, fuck off. But because I felt like not only is it art, you can actually, like with art, it's speculative in many ways, and it's not really about the price. And you can put any price on art. And if you've only got one article, you're not doing principle, how can you really judge how well it's valued? You know, really, it's conceptual, isn't it? But an advert, you've got a clear objective, perspective, initiative, and all those sorts of things to produce and to sort of do. And your success is clear and whether you've done the job. And I like that. Unfortunately, we might not really like the money. I quite like selling stuff as well. I think deep down I really love money. I just want it to be difficult in myself. Get everything for free as well, because that's another thing. You're doing everything for free. You're getting everything for free. Oh yeah. Living on that job. Oh, I'm such a saint, me. Oh, I'm so good. No money needs to change hands at all. I'm non-profit. He's here now, though. Oh, of course you've taken all the. I'm not even paying myself anything. Look, we've got half a pie here, and we've got to share it out with all the men. Okay, half a pie. What do you mean half a pie? They're selling half pies. I told you I'd just give the other half to the baker. I said, well, wait, how can I get a free pie? I said, I'll pay you half a pie if you give me half a pie. He goes, that's a great deal. I said, hey, there we go, nice one. And I'm out of there. You see, that's how it's done, guys. So just put down your book and where was this pie shop? Oh no! Secret to the game. You see, well, you know, this you can't. Well, you know, luxury land. You're mad, aren't you? Yeah, something like that. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Well, me and the man, hey. Yeah, good days they were. Pie days isn't the thing, is it? Yeah. But they do say about life, don't they? And pies. Mm. Everybody brings in their ingredient, and you can make a big pie. And if I spark that idea, everyone's going to go, hey, really fancy some pie. Huh. Pardon me. And, you know, that's it then. The chase is on. I'm not saying, I'd feel a bit bad if you guys all brought me a pie. I'm not saying I'm that stingy. I'd manage to get a pie. And honestly, if we want pie, you know, I sound like a complete cartoon at this point. We'll go out and we'll get that pie. And we'll have that pie by dinner time. Because that's how money is made. Initiative and pies. You know, so I don't know. I'm kind of changing my mind about this money thing. Dear, oh god. Oh, I like a good pie. It's not really gay, doesn't it? Maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't. This was a tart, technically. And I could talk about tarts as well. I could talk about tarts all the time. That sounds a bit better as well. Well, not a little bit. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the other side. You go, I like a bit of pie, I like a bit of tart. You know what I mean? One of those characters. Yeah, I don't really mind. As long as I get my delicatessens, I'm all amongst it. Lovely. All that. Oh. No, I do like tarts. I do like tarts. I do like pies. Oh god! What makes a tart? Can you have a meat tart? Fine. I'm excited though. You know, I'm a simple person. Honestly. Just the idea of a meat pie is enough for me. Blah, 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 blah. You know, you'd look at me, you'd think this guy's gonna be pretty fucking fat. I'm just tall. He just goes through me, and I like spend that energy on, you know, troublemaking schemes. What? Ingenuity, ingenuitive, Yeah, yeah. That's my porn star name. I never made porn before. Or have I? No, I'm bleeping that. So that you don't look it up, obviously. Hey. Oh man, these pies are great! Oh. Even a mince pie, that's a pie. So that's a fruit pie. They've moved into the pie territory. How do I get a tart? How do I get meat pie? Tart! I don't know. Is it a size thing? I don't know. I'm going to find out. This can be another video. The exploration of the tart. When I was a child, right, there used to be this program. You know, I don't know if I've referenced in one of my videos about me flying off to a dog food factory in a spotty airplane. And I don't mean like a warplane. I mean like a polka dot plane. Because there's this program called, I think it's called Go Outdoors, I think it was, which is great advice. And it had a great theme tune. It goes, something like that. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I don't want to get royalties or anything, but look it up. It's really nice. And there was this woman who was a nurse in Open All Hours, which is another TV program about these two guys who worked in a shop. And I think it was, Nurse Gladys Emanuel. I think that's what her name is. Yeah, I think that's what her name is. And the shopkeeper like really fancies her. Oh, yeah, I think he's dead. I think. Don't know. I think so. Sorry if he's not. Um, I can't remember. I think it. I don't know. I don't know. For a long time, I think it's the guy. He's also the guy in Porridge, maybe. And the young one is the guy from Only Fools and Horses. And I remember seeing Open when I was really young. And I didn't think it was him. And I always had the memory that it was the other lad from Porridge, the one with the long hair. And I watched it back and I was like, what? This isn't right. That made no sense. That's not him. Surely not. It was. I was like, oh, wow. What do you know? But anyway, go outdoors. So, this lady, I believe, I'm pretty sure it's the same lady. She has a dog, little dog. I don't know what it's called. Nice little dog. And every day she'd spark curiosity, or the dog would spark curiosity, or something would happen, and she'd need to go on a run her errands sort of thing. And she'd always make it like a absolute. She wouldn't go to the shop. She'd go to the factory, and she'd find the top dog or whatever, the head honcho, and she'd sort of like ask some questions and really, that's how business is done. That's how you get your deal on your dog food, you see. Anyway, she had a plane. So she picked the dog up and she'd take him out and they'd jump in their little plane. I can't remember if the dog had a hat or a scarf or something, but I wanna imagine he does. Anyway, so they sit in their airplane and they fly. She actually flies as well. It's not like a cartoon. It's not like a CGI or anything. This woman flies a plane, and that's incredible. Because I'd quite like to fly a plane one day. And yeah, she flies her plane, and she goes to wherever the relevant location is, and she does a bit of an interview. So I'll have to do something like that. I go outdoors. Maybe I have a sidecar, and um, hmm, what animal would I have? Would I have an animal? I can't have a monkey because, honestly, the monkey would show me up. Maybe maybe the monkey could ride the bike, and I'll sit in the sidecar. I'll get a monkey bike. He's like, you're just a jerk. What do you mean? I'm a chimpanzee, man. I've told you. I'm not going to film that bloody bike. Bloody bike. Something like that. Sorry. Yeah, it wasn't great. Monkey was obviously not in a good mood that day. What animal will I have then in my sidecar? Some going. Right, I'm flying along, as you do. Right, there's just a bit more sound effects, obviously. Okay. What's in the sidecar? A lady, perhaps? A man making a cup of tea? Right. Who's in the sidecar, everybody? Who's in the sidecar? It could be mystery. He could wear a mask. He could wear a mask like mine, right? Yeah, couldn't he? Or it could be mystery guest. Each week we got a mystery guest. You got to guess who it is. Or maybe you just never know. It's different. It's a different celebrity every week, but they never take their helmet off. Like the Stig or something. Interesting. Dangerous characters, these motorcycle folk. Yeah. Who knows? And yeah, we'll go. I've said it now. I'm gonna have to do this, aren't I? One day, I'll sort it out. I'll get that bike fixed, no doubt. We'll be running the nose off. Yeah, there's a bloody Sprite stuck in it somewhere, or something. We'll sort it out. Don't worry. You want to know how if meat tarts exist or not? We'll find out. All right. Don't you worry. You're like, hang on a minute. Is this going on? Is something suspicious about this character? Anyway, people, ladies and gentlemen, just put my crumbs here. You know, let them just do their own business. And hey, I guess that's my water's empty. Oh, hey, right, see you later. Here's I've got to go on an adventure to I'm gonna climb into a plane just to hold us up to a cloud or something ridiculous. What a tool. Right, see you later, everyone. That was behind the scenes, and yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming up, and who knows what could happen next, eh? Hmm. For a moment, I thought I was going to drown. All right, see you later. Bye.